Okay, Coroneos 100 integrals, number 66. Okay, so this question here, we need to integrate x squared times by e to the power of minus x. So this question is a product between a polynomial type of function with an exponential function. So whenever you see this kind of questions happening here, your first reaction is thinking about integration by parts, okay? Because that integrals is just a product of two functions. Okay, so we'll start with letting u to be x squared and u dash to be 2x. So we're reducing the power of x squared one at a time. And v dash equals to e to the power of minus x, and v is equal to negative e to the power of minus x. Okay, so we'll just start with an integration by part process. We're going to get the product of these two, which is negative x squared e to the power of minus x. And we need to minus the product of these two, and we need to integrate these two. But these two minus, we've got another minus right in the front here as well, so therefore we combine them, it becomes a plus. Now it becomes 2, we can write down 2 outside the integrals, that's x e to the power of minus x dx. Okay, so now you can see here, this is very similar, this expression here is very similar to that expression. So we still have a product of two functions. But what you should notice that the power of x is actually reduced from a power of 2 to power of 1. So therefore, if we repeat that process again, we should be able to reduce the power to 0, which becomes x to the power of 0, and that becomes 1. And then we should be able to just integrate it, okay? So we're going to do this again, integration by part again, the second application, all right? So we'll let u equals to x, u dash equals to 1. V dash equals to e to the power of minus x. This is exactly the same process again now. But you have to be very careful with by putting the right brackets in the right place. So we need to put a bracket here. We need to start the integration by part process and put that inside the brackets. I'll probably just move this a bit away from here. We need a bit longer line to write. So it's going to be brackets, negative x e to the power of minus x. That is just a product between these two terms. Minus, there's another minus here, so this 2 minus becomes a plus. And we need to integrate the product between these two, which is equal to e to the power of minus x dx. Okay. All right, now we can just expand the brackets. Okay, negative 2x e to the power of negative x plus 2 integrate e to the power of negative x dx. All right, so that one is actually very easy to integrate. So we should be able to just finish the question. Let's just rewrite everything here. All right, so that gives you negative 2 e to the power of negative x and plus c. And that will become our final answer. Now, if you want to, you can factorize negative e to the power of negative x out. Just make this one looks a bit nicer, but it's not compulsory. That becomes the final answer here. All right, so this question requires you to do 2 applications of integration by parts, but each time you're reducing the power of x, by 1 at a time until you don't have an x attached with this exponential function. So therefore, you can integrate this one easily. That's the process to do this question. Okay, so next time if you see a product of two functions, start to think about integration by parts. Okay, thanks for watching.